With Shay Hough, the Cowgirl all-around national champ and the national runner-up in the pole bending. It was a very busy week, but you made the most of it. Talk about that week there at the high school national finals rodeo.
It was really fun. The first round, I ran a pretty good time, and the second round I won it with my second fastest time I've ever ran on my horse. And the short go was good enough for second, so that's good.
And then the barrel racing?
The barrels, I had a really good first run, and my second one wasn't as fast, but it was good enough to get me to the short go. And the short go one wasn't as fast, but I still made it to the short go, so that was good enough for me.
And in both of these events, it's you and your horse working together, but as I recall you telling me, this wasn't a horse you raised, you purchased it. Kind of tell me that story.
Right, yeah. We heard of him from some friends of ours, and Maddie Hepp was the one we bought him from, and she had trained him on the barrels and foals because they got him from a sale. So
how'd you know that was the one you wanted?
When I got on him and I tried him out, we just clicked. It was just meant to be.
Kind of talk a little more about that, because, I mean, usually when there's a good relationship, good times come out, and, I'm sure you guys practice a lot too, so just kind of talk about the bond between you and your horse.
I guess I just know how... I know how to ride him, and he likes the way I ride him, which is why he runs for me. And he's just a really nice horse all around.
It was kind of close for most of the season. I think you led pole bending for most, if not all, the season. Barrel racing, it was a little close. Kind of talk about the whole season in general, this past season that you went through.
I didn't know if I was going to make it in the barrels when I first started out this season, because we didn't know if my horse could run with the other horses. And the pole bending, there was fall rodeos and spring rodeos. The fall rodeos didn't go too well because I didn't really place in anything. And then spring rodeos hit, and we were just basically on fire because we led the pole bending the whole entire season. And then the barrel racing, we worked our way up there into first, and then at state we got bumped down to second, but still into national. So
was this your first time at the high school national finals rodeo?
No, this is my second year, but the first year I only made it in pole bending. This year I made it in barrels and poles. So
a big event like this, I know a lot of people, they like all the glitz and glamour that happens. Sometimes it brings out the best in them. In others, they get caught up in the hype and they crash and burn. How were you able to stay on your game plan?
I just kept telling myself I just needed to make a run. It's just another rodeo. I tried not to put any more pressure on me than I already had. And I just needed to make 3 good runs in each event, so that's what I just kept telling myself, just make a run.
Where do we go from here? You still have 2 more years at the high school level.
Well, this year, actually, I really wanted to win the pole bending championship. I ended up second, so next year I'm going to come back and we'll hopefully come back and go for the championship title in the pole bending again.
What made you want to ride in both the pole bending and barrel racing?
I've always liked barrels, and I've always had really good pole horses, and so we just got this horse, and he really shines in the pole bending. So we just did barrels kind of for the fun of it because we didn't think he could run with these other horses, but it turns out he can.